Alright, Pisces, let's get into a reading. So, a few quick things. Thank you to everyone who's liked, commented, subscribed, shared. If you need anything, you can check out my website, SiriusTarotCo.com. Oh my goodness. I'm not feeling my best today. You may be able to tell that. My energy is really low. Life has been coming at me like nobody's business. Pretty sure my daughter's broken her wrist. When it rains, it pours. And let me tell you, I'm in the middle of a storm. I feel like there's someone attached to your energy where the silence between you two is it's loud. It speaks volumes. It's deafening. Like, I mean, it's very uncomfortable for this person. I went to go start this reading and my shirt started bothering me. I started like getting itchy all over and I'm just really uncomfortable. So I definitely feel like someone that is attached to your energy is uncomfortable. I feel like this person has got a lot of pain that they've been trying to deal with, conquer, overcome. But there's been silence here, okay? They're wanting you to remember that a lot of growth comes from these moments. A lot of understanding, a lot of compassion, a lot of clarity comes from these moments. And the person energetically connected to you is really feeling this because you guys are mirroring one another. They are wanting you to keep staying to yourself. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. You're glowing, especially to this person. I just heard, don't worry. And I seen a winky face, like, we got you, don't worry. Some of you, I feel like, need to hear this today. I feel like some of you haven't heard it recently, but I feel like I need to be the one to say it. You're loved, you're valued, and things are going to get better. Some of you could have some sense of uncertain feelings or emotions around moving, whether it's a move that you're wanting to make by yourself or a move that you're wanting to make with this person in the future. There is an uncertain status around this dynamic. It's like this person feels like this is something that they can't have. And I even feel like this person has tried to leave this behind. But I feel like the biggest blockage to that is their desire. I don't desire to leave this behind. I've got to because they told me to. It's because it's what's right. It's because it makes sense. It's because there's not approval from other people or family or whatever that looks like. But I am getting that that's been a blockage, is that this person really has tried to move on, has tried to make other things their focus, and they're feeling wrong. There's nothing worse than thinking you're doing something right and realizing later down the line, oh my God, I fucked that whole situation up. Whether it's being a parent and doing something with your children and being like, oh my goodness, that was not what was best. But in this dynamic, I feel like this could be love. There's some sort of disapproval here. So someone disapproves of this dynamic, whether it is a child, an aunt, an uncle, a mother, a father. The disapproval could also be religious beliefs. It could also be, again, something as simple as, I just heard people like us aren't supposed to be together. I don't know what that means, but I heard it. I keep hearing that song, We Don't Talk Anymore. We Don't Talk Anymore. Selena Gomez sings in it as well. Like we used to. I hope you're lying next to somebody who knows how to love you like me. There must be a good reason that you're gone. So this person in their mind is saying, well, there's silence, there's distance, there has to be a good reason for this. This has to be part of our destiny together. I do, and in that song it even says, is it now and again I think you want me to come showing up at your door? I think I just slaughtered that. I'm sorry. I'm really struggling today, and I was fine. And then I went to go do this reading, and I found myself procrastinating. I found myself doing things that I didn't need to do. I even found myself saying, do you really need to do this today? We don't have to do this today. So I think that that's this person's energy. It's like they want to show up at your door. They want to pick up the phone and call you. They want to text you. But they feel like, what if I'm wrong? There has to be a reason that you're not here. There has to be a reason that there is silence, and maybe you used to be the person that used to fight for this and you're not fighting for it anymore. Something has shifted drastically. And it's made this person really uncomfortable. But I do feel like this discomfort, I almost said uncomfortability. No, this discomfort is something that they're hiding from you. I also feel like this person's going through a really hard time right now. And the one thing that they don't want to deal with is rejection. Especially when it seems like they've released it. Because they feel like you've released them. And again, surprise. So there will be a surprise unfolding. I do think that this person's been trying to avoid it. But they're feeling really triggered, wanting to come in. Trying to avoid the blast from the past. Hold on. Interesting. As I went to go take a sip of coffee, I seen someone with sunglasses on, like looking at you. But what I was seeing is like someone that's in a movie, and not really that they're following you, but maybe they'll see you out in town, or they'll see something like on social media, and you don't know that then gets their attention on you. Like if they see you in town, if that's even a possibility, it's then going to put them in a place of overdrive of being like, where'd you go? What are you doing? Who are you with? Like a very inquisitive energy. Same for like on social media, because they started showing me a movie where they kind of like stalk someone and follow them around town to kind of see what they're doing. Who are they with? What's that show? You? Is that show? They're showing me the show You now. So some of you could have watched that recently. That could have been a show that you guys had in common, something you could have talked about. So this person's been trying to avoid the blast from the past, wanting to come in with some sort of surprise. That makes sense why I've been trying to avoid this reading. Interesting. Somebody can have two different color eyes. Okay, so this person could be showing up as a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? That does not have to be their sign. But they're at a place where they're being logical, they're being practical. I wanted to say methodical. Okay, look at me with these big old words. Very calculated, but in a healthy form. This person's thinking about investments. Where can I water the plants and them grow? How are they feeling about you? Wow. They feel that you've completed a cycle. They feel that you're very stable and grounded and balanced. You're showing up in your feminine energy. Even if you're a male, you're showing up as someone who wants to receive. You're showing up as someone who said, you know what, I'm very nurturing. I know what I can bring to the table, and I know that this ain't it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to close this door. If you got a key, you can open it, but I don't know if you got a key. Again, some of you could be moving. Some of you could have been in the process here recently of going away. You know, maybe you've taken an overnight trip. Maybe you've went on actual trips. But this person's feeling really disconnected from you. I just heard, and you handled this person like a boss. Good job. It's like you knew exactly what you needed to do. You didn't feed. It's like if you used to feed this person's ego, or if you were allowing them to be very controlling, once you realized that, you were like, no, we're not doing this. and you shifted it, you changed it, you evolved it, you allowed the space for this dynamic to fall apart or completely evolve. And you really handled this person in this dynamic like a boss. And I think you're getting rewarded for it. Feeling very disconnected from you. This person could also feel like your feelings are very fleeting. So again, it's like 1 minute you're all for them, but then the next minute you kind of temper back and go, okay, but wait a second. I think this person needs to recognize that if that has been your energy, the reason that you do that is because you don't feel safe. If you felt safe in a dynamic, if you felt like this person would allow you to walk in and say, listen, you pissed me off. We got to talk about that. And there is an open dialogue of, oh my goodness, how did I piss you off? I'm so sorry. Like, that was not my intention. But I don't feel like that was here. And I feel like this person could maybe disapprove of that aspect of you if that's valid. It's like this person wants to say, well, your feelings, your emotions, your promises only last so long. Instead of recognizing your feelings, your emotions, your promises last as long as their effort does. Okay? And again, maybe that is something that they've been avoiding, is that when it comes to actually reaping the fruits of your labor, you can't water the plants twice a week and expect the biggest watermelon in the world. It don't work like that. I mean, it could. I don't think it does though. And I think this person could have maybe been wanting to run away from that truth. And that could be something that's actually going to unexpectedly slap them in the face. Is, yeah, you do have fleeting feelings, but the reason that your feelings are so fleeting is because I've not made you feel safe. I've not showed you that I am watering this. You got to a point where you were holding on to the water that you had because you didn't know when I was coming back to water it. It's like you got to a place of like scarcity mindset with this person. I don't know when you're going to give me attention again. I don't know when you're going to give me love again. I don't know when you're actually going to show me the side of you that I appreciate, value, and want to see more of. And I think you got tired of that. But again, in their mind, that's fleeting feelings. Give me more. But you've completed a cycle here. Oh God. Okay. What is this quick action being taken? So there will be no confusion, no illusion. Okay. Oh God. Oh God. So there's going to be some sense of quick action here taken. But I am worried because I don't feel like it's going to result in movement forward. So this person could approach you. You could unexpectedly, okay. You could unexpectedly, why am I struggling? You might not run into this person when you expect it. It's going to be when you least expect it, okay? But what I'm getting is that they could very quickly approach you if they get the opportunity, okay? There's going to be some sense of quick action on this person's part. Something that feels very creative and passionate and fun. But there will be a lack of a conversation when it has to do with movement forward. So be careful of getting into something so quickly with this person if they come back that they then do the same thing. Because I do get that this person is very like aloof and has the tendency to give you the cold shoulder. Okay, so I wanted to say this and I'm going to say it because these cards come out. I think some of you have dealt with someone who used their conversation, their attention, that kind of thing, those things as leverage. That is abuse. That is emotional abuse. When your partner gets pissed at you and gets to a place where they're like, well, I'm not talking to you for 2 weeks, that's abuse. So I do think that this person's going through an awakening. I think that this person is activating and ascending. Some of you, this is a twin flame if you resonate with that. This person's recognizing that they feel like you guys fit well together and that there's a deep connection. But again, if this person has had the tendency to give you the cold shoulder or act aloof when they know, hey, your feelings are hurt, I need to be proactive and make sure that my partner's okay, they would do the complete opposite. Like, well, I don't care if you're okay. So be aware of that. If this person comes back with that kind of emotion, or I'm going to say ego, be aware that that could be a problem. Okay. Now that could have been something that was just in the past that you dealt with. And it could have been because this person did want to avoid something. They wanted to avoid not living in a place of truth. And what is the truth? The truth is that this was very unexpected. But you to blast from the past that they can't forget. I feel like I should be a rapper. So somebody could live. Somebody could listen to rap. Somebody could be dating a rapper. But yeah, there's been some sense of opening here. Wanting to put in investments. Okay, so let's ask what investments looks like. I'm on the pain, the expense of my liver. Interesting. Don't know what I did next. All I know, I couldn't stop. This person could have numbed the pain of you by drinking a lot. They could be recognizing that the reason that they had a hard time stopping or controlling themselves is because they were feeling something they didn't want to feel. As I just said, that Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. They kept telling themselves, you don't want investments. You don't want to do that. It's like someone loves homegrown tomatoes. That is their favorite vegetable. Isn't a tomato a vegetable? I think so. Okay, anyways, that's their favorite vegetable. Someone's told them, listen, you know, you could have all the tomatoes you want. All you have to do is grow your own. No, I don't want to do that. That's too much work. That's too much effort. Ugh. But then they got to a point where they were like, you know what? These tomatoes in the store, they taste like pure water. It's like they started critiquing and criticizing everything around them when in reality they needed to critique and criticize themselves. And now I think this person's recognizing, but if I want that, I have to put in the work. I have to put in the effort. If I want a homegrown tomato, if I want the love of a lifetime, I have to put in the work. I have to put in the effort. What are they feeling about this recognition? So now that they have fully, and it's kind of like, you know, you can't really experience the life that you want to experience if you're not willing to put yourself in those moments and those opportunities to do that. Sorry. I had to get that out before I forgot it. So it's like this person's been telling themselves, yeah, you know you want to do this. You know you want to experience that. But why do you think you deserve to experience that if you're not going to have the courage to go after it? It's kind of like someone who wants to go skydiving. You put it on your bucket list, but if you don't have the courage to actually do it and say, no, I got to get my butt out of this plane, it's kind of just ink on a paper. So what is the recognition now around this? Okay, so they could be realizing multiple things. They could be realizing that you are some sense of wish fulfillment, that there is a very loving, nurturing, compassionate side of you that they want to experience more of. They could also be recognizing that they went to a place of indulgence simply because they didn't want to be vulnerable and share their cup. But I want to get more. Yeah, there could have been some sense of a blockage. The blockage could have been time, space, distance. This is an offer that is stable, but it moves so slowly that you're like, okay, am I ever going to get that? Like, that's a lifetime away. And it could have been an energy here where this person needed to make a head over heart decision. But instead of making that decision, they kept putting it off. Well, I'll make a decision. They could have even been in a self-imposed prison when it come to their behaviors in the past. And some sense of action could have come very abruptly, very unexpectedly, that resulted in this moving forward. So again, I had said that earlier. You completed a cycle, whether it was taking your energy out of it, not acknowledging this person, not giving this person any more emotion, whatever that looks like for you, you closed a door, so to speak. And now this person's looking through the peephole. What you doing? Like, I can't believe you locked me out. Well, I asked you to come in 6 times and you kept saying, no, I want to sit in the hall. No, I want to sit in the hall. It's like dealing with a toddler. It's like dealing with a toddler who's 3 and 4 years old. I'm moving out. Okay, well, here you go, honey. Let me pack you bag. Here you go. Have fun. Here's you some keys. Here's you some money. Have a good day. Interesting. No one's in my bathroom, and multiple clothes just fell onto the ground. Their behavior, the way that they showed up, the way that they acted has completely crumbled. It has fallen. It's fallen off of them. They have purged that. But I definitely get that you dealt with this person in a moment or in a time frame where they really did act like a toddler. It was like, well, I'm going to throw a tantrum. I expect you to react in this way. And I think your reaction was completely different than what this person expected. And it could have made them run because she is hauling, okay, you be shaking the whole thing like an earthquake. Don't be looking at me like that. And it could have resulted in them running. I'm hearing the song, but I got my eye on you. I don't know what song that is, but they could have kept their eye on you as they were running. It's so interesting how that happens, ain't it? Well, I don't really want you. I don't want to do this, but I want to watch you. Like, okay. So very interesting. So I would say that you've shifted this dynamic in a way, in a form, in a fashion that you didn't expect. So I want to see the next action that this person's going to take. What's the next action that this person's going to take? Okay, I'm seeing an owl. So if you see a bunch of owls, if you hear owls, if owls get to a place where they're kind of haunting you, it's like every time you turn around, you're like, oh my God, there's an owl. Oh my God, there's an owl. Oh, owls. This reading could be for you. Now, here's the thing. You might hear this reading, and then in the next few days, over the next few weeks, you might be like, oh my God. Again, it could be valid for you. Future action. Page of Pentacles. That's communication. That's a conversation. That's learning something. What's this conversation going to consist of? Okay, so I'm seeing... Okay, so hold on a second. Is this person going to approach you and you get to... I think this person's going to approach you, but you're going to have a very firm boundary. So it's like when this person approaches you and opens up with a conversation, you're going to say, listen, I'm abundant. I'm confident. I'm thriving. I'm vibing. I'm living my best life. I want to take a leap. I want to take a risk. But the only way that I'm going to take a leap, I'm going to take a risk is if there's a new beginning, if there's truth, if there's clarity. And I want love. I want it all. It's like you're telling this person, listen, I'm okay with understanding the fact that, maybe there was a timing issue here, but I need you to understand that when you come in, you better give it all or you better give me nothing. There is no in between. There is no ands, if, buts. You either fully recognize what this is or you fully lost out. But we're not going tit-for-tat, back and forth, beating around the bush. No, we're not doing that. That's going to be you. There's going to be a very direct, like, listen, timing's working in my favor, okay? And I'm fine with us saying, oh, this is finally see you later. But I also want you to know that if those are your true colors, we're not doing this. So what's this person going to say to you when you say that? I know, but I just don't want us to be separate. This person could even be really vulnerable and honest with you in a way where it's like, I want to be vulnerable, but I don't want to seem like a sap. I want you to know that the decisions I've made have been practical and logical, and this is why I've had to do it. And it has something to do with them getting really confident and abundant on their own before they could take some sort of leap or risk. And again, something here about timing, divine timing working in favor, in y'all's favor. But the goal for both of you is a new beginning of truth and clarity, a new beginning where there's emotion. There's new emotional experiences between you guys. So you guys are going to experience things with one another that you haven't emotional-wise, okay? This person is at a place where they're like, but listen, I know... Do you know what I wanted to say? I wanted to say, I know I'm broken. That's what I wanted to say. And usually I say, I know I've been defeated, but I wanted to say, I know I'm broken. So it's like this person could say, you know, listen, I know I've been defeated. I know I have seemed very broken at times and hard to deal with and hard to understand and hard to compromise. But with the Knight of Wands, that's that card of don't you dare give up, because you're so close to having everything you want. That's like when you're working out and your muscles start aching and you're like, but I'm ready to stop. And what do they tell you? They tell you to keep going. Whether you believe them or not, it's up to you. But that's kind of what I'm getting. Keep going. That's where this person's at, is like, but listen, I want to come in after some sense of self-reflection. I've changed my perspective. I am stuck on this collaboration, on this dynamic. Wanting success and victory, wanting some sort of reunion, some sense of healing and balance. I do think that there was a tempering that needed to happen here, whether that's for both of you or just this person. I would say that it's unrealistic for it to have just been this person that needed to work on themselves, but I do think that there was parts of you guys that needed to be tempered, that needed to be balanced, that needed to be kind of handled, dealt with, acknowledged. Maybe there was parts of you guys that you needed to understand just about yourself. Because if we don't know ourselves, we can't help our partner learn about us. Like, it is so easy to be able to go to your partner and be like, listen, I get very triggered when this happens. So I want you to know that if I get triggered, I'm sorry. It's probably going to happen. I'm going to apologize after, but I will probably get triggered because I know me enough to know. There's a lot of growth that could be having that, okay? So I do feel like a lot of things have been transformed here. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get a conversation from this person. You'll have to let me know. Feeling alone, getting the love that they want, having fun with you, feeling like this is a fulfilling relationship. They do struggle with maybe your guys' differences, but there is some sense of passion where it's like, I can't stay away from you. But again, there is differences here that's been a struggle. So that could be that one of you is a little more on the chill side. The other one could be ball to the wall hurricane. There is a sense of like, we're so different. I don't know how we're going to make this work. Again, this could be beliefs. This could be some sense of religion. This could be ages. This could be someone who's like in their 60s. You're in your 20s. One of you has lived a significant amount of life compared to the other one. And there could be a lot of differences that are going to be brought into this connection because you guys aren't going to see things through the same eyes. Maybe there's things that you haven't experienced that they have and vice versa. So I do think that that could be a struggle going within this person is, oh my God, how are we going to make this work? It's like they're trying to figure out how you guys are going to make it work before even going towards it. And I get it. This person could even be making a pros and cons list about approaching you. What would be the pros of it? What would be the cons? Feeling like they can't stay away from you. That's so sweet. You guys need to keep me updated. I'm very curious to see which one of you are going to have this reading come to life. Okay, we're going to leave this here because, yeah, I'm super drained. Whew. Have a blessed day, guys.